Gumby?
It is, it is. All right, so here we are. You had your session. And I was able to kind of walk around and check in with you as to what's going on. It seemed as if you had some good positive and constructive SBI pieces of feedback. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. When you think about the idea of giving feedback or receiving feedback, any concerns?
The only concern I have is people holding me back,
Yes.
wanting to be either too nice or not wanting to offend.
Right.
You know, for me, I rarely get offended, so I want to hear raw.
So, what you can do to bring it on. Right?
No,
It's still written down.
Right.
Yeah.
So the idea is you're going to have to
Nice.
to read the interpersonal clues and cues, and if you will, give permission. And somebody that might be delivering it may be a little tentative. You say, no, come on. You know, whatever that means, whatever that looks like. Don't overpush, you know, at the same time, but at the same time, we typically will play on the safer side because of obvious reasons. And so the idea is to have this just be a conversation.
In our group, we were talking about, I know one time I started saying something and I started kind of prescribing. And we're like, oh, that's not what we're doing. And so I think to the point for me where I feel, because I want to hear it. And I think what, I'm not sure softens is right, but what makes it easier to do it is, hey, this is how I felt. That's what this is about. This is the impact on me.
Right.
I'm not going to go back and tell you what you need to do. I mean, maybe we have a little conversation if that's where it goes. But the situation is, this is what you did, and this is how it made me feel.
That's
So
where
that-
it's super clean.
Yeah, it's super clean, and you don't have to agree with it. You can accept it. That's what I think is very powerful about this SBI thing for me. That's a huge takeaway.
Exactly.
It has been for me as well. When you first introduced the SBI concept, I couldn't grasp it. Then I started to understand it, and I didn't agree with it. Because I felt, as somebody had mentioned that first day when you introduced it, that by turning it all on yourself and how you felt, that can make you look like you're arrogant, especially if you're talking to your direct reports. So I felt it was more for going up the chain than, or even across the chain and down the chain. But the little bit that we just did, I got it more. It just started to click more, and the format of using the SBI makes me feel a lot more comfortable about giving feedback to my direct reports.
Good. Good. It is just sharing your perception. That's all it really is, in a way that is respectful, that then perhaps opens the door to judgment. If the receiver says, well, was that good or bad? You think I should do more of that? Or when they start asking that, then you have the choice to go there or not, or offer advice.
Or permission.
Permission. Yeah.
But I think to your point, Brett, it nullifies or kind of nips the debate or the argument kind of right at the beginning, because you can't argue with somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly right. Now, on the receiving end, when you are receiving the feedback, you know, there is this challenge that one might have. That wasn't what I intended. Yeah, but, let me explain myself. And then you might not hear the feedback because you're in this defense mode. And so the point is to really just kind of hear the message. You may not agree, again, with the message. You don't have to agree. But you can, and we encourage you to thank the person for giving them this data point, this information. So you make sense of it. Does it make sense in your 360 and your self-reports and back home? Or is it like way out there? So
Somebody told me once the best 4 words of marriage are, you might be right.
How many times have you been married? Just kidding.
So-
Just kidding.
So the I'm sorry wasn't even up there, or was that another one?
You might be right.
Well,
It's not,
let me feel
it's
the
not
confirming,
confirming,
it's
it's not
too late to fill out the
denying,
SPIs.
it's just acknowledgement that you heard what they said.
Exactly. And so that's how you're going to be able to read the group, just to listen. Now, the opportunity here, again, if you move into the psychoanalyzing, interpreting, you are really on thin ice. And what I mean by that is, you know, Kevin grew up in Wisconsin, which is why he wears this gray shirt that sits like this. And that's the reason for his behavior. I mean, we will go into wild, weird interpretations, and you don't know. So again, it's safer if you stick to, this is what the camera, my eyes, observed behaviorally, and this is how it impacted me. Now, the person may say, well, what do you think? Should I wear this shirt, or should I do this? You know, so that's a different conversation. So, and the main reason I'm bringing this up is not just for the purposes of here, but again, next week, sitting with your boss, or your direct reports, or your peers, and having a similar conversation, setting the expectations so you're continually getting it, so you're not in the dark. So, all right. You think you can do this next week?
Absolutely.
Or are you like, no way, it's too politically? So that's the decision point you have. All right. So I think we've kind of gone through all this. I like this quote here: "Be totally honest and totally kind." Don't fall into the sugarcoat feedback. You know, you're a great leader, Joshua. You keep it up, man. You go. Well, what do I do with that? You know, so. Well, it feels good, but honest until, because you came here for feedback, did you not? So if you're not hearing it, no, really tell me. And again, if you can pose the question, I really think I overreacted when you remember when we were in the activity? What was your take on that? Similar to what I think you did, right? After we did the outdoor activity, what could I have done differently? All right. Listen first. Unequal agreements. Thank the person. We're going to take this all the way up to lunch. Some groups will go over into lunch. What is lunch? Lunch just happens to be out around noon. What time are you needing to be back here for the social resiliency group? Yeah, good. All right. So you're on your own. You might want to record this session with your tablet, with the dictate function, so you can actually record. You don't want to record everything necessarily, but just the one that is coming towards you. That's a choice you have. All right. Any other questions or thoughts?
What rooms are we in again?
That's where I'm going next. That's the last piece here. So here you all are. You're going to be going in this direction. We'll put Chastity, Michael, and Skylar in this room. Okay. Joshua, Elaine, Randy, and Todd will put you in the Balboa room, which is third floor, really right up above here. And then Basil, Brett, Christine, and Kevin, the room right next door, which is the Gloria. And then Warren, Holger, Terry, and Sean will be right past the food to the right, that big room over there. All right. Have a great session. We'll see you at 1:15.
Thank you.
You brought this kid, Mike.